Hey, good morning, class. It is Friday morning as I'm recording this. You probably won't see this till maybe Saturday or Sunday, but either way, hope everyone's doing well. Hope this video finds you all well, and welcome back. We are past the halfway point in the course, which is crazy to think about, on my part at least. We're now into week 5, so anyways, welcome back. Just a heads up, just a brief reminder, exam number 2 is due on Monday evening. I think some of you have already begun to take the exam, which is great. So I'm looking forward to checking out the results for exam number 2. So make sure you get that in by Monday night. It does close promptly at 11:59 p.m., so please give yourself enough time. Check your computers, make sure they're not going to like auto-update and kick you off the moment you get started on the exam or when you're halfway done or whatever. Just some tips of the trade, so to speak, to help you be more successful. So make sure you get that done. Also, response paper number 3 is up and active. It's the TED Talk on emotional intelligence, so make sure you watch that and respond to the 3 prompts. That's going to be due Sunday night. I think several of you have already turned that in as well. I kind of just grade them as they come in, so appreciate that. For this week, we are going to jump into the next 2 chapters of our course, which are chapters 9 and chapters 10. Last week, I made a mistake. I mixed up chapters 8 and 9. I thought chapter 8 was on development and 9 was on motivation. It's actually the other way around. Sorry, I've taught this course so many times. I'm just mixing things up in my head by now, and my apologies for any confusion. So this week you're going to read chapter 9, which is on lifespan development or human development, depending on who you ask or what textbook you get. This is a chapter that's all about how we as human beings change from birth to death, and we even will look at the change that takes place prior to birth, sort of some of that prenatal development, because a lot of life is all about change. Really, that's the big theme for chapter 9 is change, is this ongoing cycle of change that we're enduring, and everything about our existence changes physically, emotionally, socially, morally, and that's what the chapter is going to cover, is a lot of these different theoretical ideas about change and how it occurs at various points of the lifespan, because then you can kind of think about life in terms of some of these changes. A lot of it's like a roller coaster. You're going up, up, up. It's great, it's great, it's great, and then all of a sudden you're going to be on the decline. And hopefully, I want you to take away from this chapter is how you decline, going from your peak of your physical abilities, mental abilities, things like that. How you decline is kind of up to you. For some people, if you don't take care of your body, you don't take care of your mind, that decline is going to be very steep. But if you're doing well to take care of your body, your mind, you're exercising, you're eating right, you're doing the things now to prevent, preventative care now, maybe your decline will be a lot more gradual versus steep. So that's kind of what I'm hoping you can take away from this. Then you're going to read chapter number 10, which is on personality theory, which is probably one of the more abstract chapters that we get into, because this is a chapter, personality is not, it's a construct of psychology, kind of like motivation, that is sort of derived and understood from observing characteristics and patterns and things like that. It's not like a personality is something, you can get plugged up to a machine like an EEG and it measures your personality and spits it back out to you or something like that. We try to measure personality indirectly through things like personality tests, whether they're projective or not. So more objective tests as well. So you're going to be reading about different theories of personality like Freud, Maslow, some names that have already come up again. You're going to be reading about personality traits, some of the big 5, which are kind of the modern way of understanding personality. So there's going to be some familiar names, but also some new content in this chapter. And I highly recommend, if you get a chance to, take a personality test. Be careful, because some on the internet, for example, are not very, they're going to be they're not like entirely accurate. So don't put a ton of stock in those. But if you ever get a chance to take like an official one or an approximation of an official one, like the Minnesota Multiphasic Personality Inventory, for example, the MPI is like, I like to think of it as, if you get a chance to take something like that, or the Myers-Briggs or something like that, by all means, check it out. Maybe you'll kind of figure something else about yourself out, your personality, your kind of characteristic patterns of behavior and thinking and responding, etc. So read these 2. For this week, we will have a discussion post, no response paper, but we will have a discussion post. I haven't posted it yet, but by the time you read this message and by the time, Sunday rolls around, it'll be up. So be aware of that. Your initial post is due by Wednesday. Your 2 peer responses are due by Friday. So make sure you get that in. And I want your initial post in earlier just so there's more opportunities for people to respond throughout the week, and that kind of facilitates the conversation better. So for this week, again, make sure you get exam 2 finished, finish response paper 3, read chapters 9 and 10. We're talking about lifespan development and motivation, and also go ahead and there'll be a discussion post this week. We didn't have a discussion post this last week. We'll have one this week, so be aware of that. Get your initials post in by Wednesday, 2 peer responses in by Friday. Don't forget there's practice exams up for chapters 9 and 10 and all the subsequent chapters as well, so don't forget that. You can use those to your advantage. Other than that, I hope everyone has a great week. This was kind of a short video, but I kind of feel like the further we get into the course and, this becomes a little more self-sustaining, the videos don't have to be as long. So anyways, if you have any questions, any concerns, feel free to respond either in the comment section of the video or on Canvas, or shoot me an email, whatever works, and I'll be happy to respond as soon as I can. So hope everyone has a great week, and I'll see you all next week. All right, bye.